Welcome to Exploring Judaism's podcast Holiday Bites. We are talking about Hanukkah. I'm grateful to be talking to my colleague, Rabbi Esther Hugenholtz. Welcome to the show. Let's start by, why don't you introduce yourself to us?
Hi, shalom. Great to be here. I'm Rabbi Esther Hugenholtz. I am a rabbi in a small Midwestern college town in Iowa City, and I serve a dual affiliate conservative/reform congregation. I'm a mom of three, and my husband and I both immigrated to the United States from the Netherlands, and I had three children in three different countries.
What is a piece of Torah on Hanukkah that is inspiring you?
The piece of Torah for Hanukkah that really inspires me because it is both subversive but also incredibly spiritually nourishing is the Haftorah that we read for Hanukkah with Zechariah, not by might, not by power, but by my spirit. The rabbis really transformed our idea of Hanukkah and imbued it with much more spiritual meaning. And in times where we feel powerless, in times where we feel disconnected, this teaching reminds us that we still have deep resources in our own Jewish souls that we can access in order to strengthen who we are as Jews in the world.
What is a core lesson that you are taking from Hanukkah or into Hanukkah this year?
The core lesson, I think, is to take pride in your own identity and to not care about how others define your Judaism for you. There tends to be a debate in the Jewish community about how Jews should be celebrating Hanukkah, and I think that debate is actually kind of pointless. The point is that we celebrate Hanukkah, whether we keep it low-key with just some candles and latkes and gelt, or whether we go all out with like blue and silver decorations or not. Come to Hanukkah in the way that Hanukkah gives you joy and light, because however you celebrate Hanukkah is not a discussion about assimilation versus non-assimilation or how Jewish you are. It's basically that you are exuding pride in that moment that you choose to consciously engage with our tradition and love it and love yourself through it.
How can someone make Hanukkah meaningful this year, especially when there are complex family dynamics at play?
I think this can come up in all kinds of families. Families that are entirely Jewish, where people might have different levels of observance or different understandings or different philosophical orientations, but it also comes up in interfaith families. And as someone who grew up with Christmas, my gift for people, for my fellow Jews and for my fellow human beings who love Jews and are family members of Jews, is that I wish we could all relax a little bit about the December dilemma and just come at each other's celebrations with a sense of open-heartedness, because whatever we do it from a place of joy, and there is no better foundation for a Jewish identity than that deep joy.
If you could give one gift to every Jew in the world, what would that gift be?
I guess Jewish joy. I think it's very important, especially when we feel marginalized or isolated, or we feel misunderstood, or we are struggling with really deep, complex moral feelings and our place in the world. Bringing it back to that rich repository in ourselves of joy and meaning, I believe, is the only way forward. So if I could give any Jew a gift in the world, is that sense of it's good for me to be here. I add value to the symphony of humanity. My Jewish voice is a voice that we need in the world, and I'm going to have fun while doing that and connect with my fellow Jews.
What is something that you feel people should know about Hanukkah?
I think what people should know about Hanukkah is that it's always been adaptable. Historically, there's been an evolution away from the historical celebration of Hanukkah, from the Hasmonean revolt, into the rabbinic reimagining of Hanukkah as a festival of light and miracles. And Hanukkah will continue to evolve. It's tied to the seasons, it's tied to our climate, it's tied to cycles of light and dark. And I think it's really okay to innovate and have our little bit of fun with it. Depending on people's kind of family circumstances or work schedules, make it really cozy. I think there's actually an advantage that Hanukkah is not as high key as some of the other Jewish holidays like Pesach and Rosh Hashanah. Like, it is actually a cozy time without a lot of those additional pressures. So make it intentional about it being light, right? Light, both spiritually light, but just also light in terms of the load that you carry with it. Doesn't have to be perfect. It can be very relaxed, very low key, and just have fun with it. Have fun with your family and friends, and use it as a Jewish time to unwind and relax, as opposed to some of these other holidays which make far larger time and ritual commitments on us. I think the fact that it's just this lovely, light, cozy holiday is something we can actually consciously lean into and just have fun with it.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us and sharing your wisdom and experience. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.